Today I'll be reviewing Hedera Hashgraph. So this is a fascinating cryptocurrency and a fascinating project, and that I just want to understand it in complete. Now I've done a bit of research just before starting this video, but I think you guys are gonna find it really fascinating. So Hedera Hashgraph is a platform that presents itself as a faster, more secure alternative to blockchain. And that's kind of crazy if you think about it, because blockchain is already extremely fast and extremely secure. How can you even get better than blockchain? Apparently, Hedera Hashgraph has done that, or at least they're trying to. So what's going on here? Let's get involved. Like, let's figure what's going on. Let's figure it out. So it's based on a distributed ledger technology, and it was invented by Lehman Beard in 2016. Its ability to quickly and cheaply process transaction is why Hedera Hashgraphs has an ambition to become a micropayment system. So in most blockchain-based projects, the verification process relies on mining and energy intensive processing, requiring computers to work through friendly-ish difficult computations to verify a transaction, kind of like what Bitcoin does when you're mining Bitcoin. But the question is, can Hedera Hashgraph sidestep that problem by removing mining entirely and using an entirely new ledger structure? So what is it? So Hashgraph is not a blockchain in the sense that it's built on a chain of blocks. It's best to imagine it as a graph. Imagine that it's a graph whereby the speed of verifying transaction goes up as more transactions are added to the network. The name for the technology is based on is in fact known as DAG, short for directed arclic graph. It's really a tongue twister right there. So technology is designed to help Hedera Hashgraph achieve more than 100,000 transactions per second, making it a true competitor to Visa and other mass market payment systems. And that is true. That will not just make it a true competitor to Visa. Excuse me, guys. That will not just only make it um, an extremely serious competitor towards Visa, but it also means that it can transmit more transactions per second than Visa itself, and that's crazy to think about. So the Hedera network was now processed more than 1.5 million transactions per day, surpassing Ethereum in terms of daily TX counts, while achieving more than 5 times the throughput of Bitcoin. Wow, that's incredible. So it's talking about how it's beaten Ethereum in transactions per day, and it's talking about how it's beaten Bitcoin by more than 5 throughputs. So that's interesting. So how does Hedera Hashgraph work? A council of 39 of the largest, most trusted multinational corporations from around the world will govern the platform and the software that will run on millions of nodes. So given that it's so many hands are involved in this corporation, I think it's fair to say Hedera Hashgraph is far from decentralized. Basically, it seems like they want it to be centralized, so they essentially want to replace Visa. And that's kind of what they want to do, but in the best way possible to benefit them. So it's quite interesting. So to reach consensus, instead of mining, nodes on the hash graph gossip with each other, comparing notes on the transaction history of the network. As the nodes gossip, They select a few famous witnesses. Each witness is an event or a transaction. They become famous because they are communicated to the nodes um, early in the process. The chosen nodes then compare to the gossip about these famous witness in the majority of nodes. I'd advise you guys to look at this article yourself so you can fully understand it. Because me simply reading it for you, you probably don't fully grasp everything entirely. So it's always best to do your own research because I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, but I do make these videos for educational purposes because I just like to learn, and I just like to teach other people about this. So, what are the advantages of Hedera Hashgraph? So, Hedera Hashgraph it claims to achieve the highest possible level of security, even when malicious actors present on the network. Through a system called ABFT that is employed by the nodes. Hedera Hashgraph is faster than Bitcoin or Ethereum blockchain because transactions can be processed in parallel, not serially, and has fast latency. It takes only a few seconds for a transaction to be sent out and confirmed with 100% certainty by the network. Wow, that's impressive. So the Hedera Hashgraph platform supports the same um, ob- excuse me, guys. So the Hedera Hashgraph platform supports the same objections, program language, and Ethereum uses known as Solidity, which is commonly used for smart contracts. By enabling smart contracts, the platform can be used to build decentralized applications, which can be used for a variety of use cases, including gaming, decentralized finance, products, digital identity, and more. So it also benefits from extremely low fees and rapid transactions. So with transaction reach an absolute finality in just seconds and transaction fees under 1 cent. Comparatively, Bitcoin transactions can take more than 10 minutes to confirm, and I've maintained an average transaction fee of more than $1 throughput much of 2020. So that's interesting. So the disadvantages, what are those? Unlike many cryptocurrency, Hedera Hashgraph isn't open source. Instead, the technology is patented, preventing developers from forking the protocol to create their own public versions. So that's interesting. Similar to how Bitcoin was forked into Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Cash was forked into Bitcoin Silver. So Swirled, the company behind the platform, argued that the algorithm is patterned to prevent the loss of the network effects, which sees the value of the hash graph climbs with a growing user base. Since forks can be split into communities and user bases, this can represent a risk of firms building on forkable chains, which Hedera has eliminated with its patents. So understanding what they're saying there, they're basically saying they're a centralized organization and they want to be in full control of their technology and their idea and their coin. They don't want it to ever be forked. They don't want Hedera Hashgraph to have any competitors that are similar, that were created based on their own coding. They don't want to shoot themselves in the foot. But I can see Hedera Hashgraph definitely 100xing. It's definitely not decentralized, but I can definitely see it 100xing and even probably doing much better than 100xing. I think it's got a great future because the idea is tremendous, and considering how much transactions they're already doing per second, up to like 10,000 plus TPS transaction per seconds. That's crazy. Bitcoin does 3+ transactions per second. More accurately, Bitcoin does about 8 or 7 transactions per second, and Ethereum is about between 12 and 14. But Hedera Hashgraph can do 10,000 transactions per second, And obviously you can see the fee is insanely low, 0.0001 US dollar. Average, that's an average fee. But on the Bitcoin network, the average fee is $2.99. And on Ethereum, it's $2.89. Both really expensive. You know, transactions confirmation on Bitcoin, it could take 10 to 60 minutes. On Ethereum, it's 10 to 20 seconds. And on Hedera Hashgraph, it's 3 to 5 seconds. So they're making it clear that they're beating Bitcoin and Ethereum in transaction speed, um, average fees, transaction time, and basically the amount of transactions that can be performed per second. And that's just per second. That's crazy just to think about. So wow, where do they go from here? I think they'll keep on growing. Obviously, it's a centralized company. It's a company who manage this. So they're basically trying to be the next Visa, but by using a new system that is actually not the blockchain, it's actually the graph, but it's similar to the blockchain. So yeah, that's fascinating. So in 2018, Hedera Hashgraph raised 120 million in the token sales. That's incredible. So that was their ICO, and that was incredible. That was in 1 year in 2018, and I can tell you one thing: they've been doing a lot better since then. So this has been quite educational. It's been fantastic. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can basically read more about it um, and do your own research. Always do your own research, guys. Always read the white paper and everything. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know what coin I should review next. And share this video with your friends if you think they might be interested. Thank you guys for watching.